Right. Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to our series of new distributor orientation. Training is essential because it's ongoing, right? And that's why you're here. So, for today, we're going to talk about traits or characteristics of successful people. If you want to be successful, you got to look and emulate and mimic all these successful people. And what kind of characteristics do they have, or what kind of traits do they have? The first thing that is glaringly, staring at you is leadership, right? So that's the number one thing. Successful people have leadership. So were they born with it or did they acquire it? Well, I think nobody is born with it. Unlike, in the past where you historically you have to hunt to kill and all that. Well, maybe inborn, but in today's modern world, you have to acquire certain skills. So if you want to be a doctor, you go study, right, to be a doctor. If you want to be an engineer, then you have to go through the process. So if you want to be a good leader, in what field? I guess you have to learn and study, right? So in our field of network marketing or multi-level marketing, there are certain things that are required to be a good leader. And today I'm going to highlight 12 things. So the first thing is leadership, as you have just heard from me, but there are 11 more characteristics that, yeah, it comes with leadership as well. So it tends to overlap, right? So leadership is something that leadership by example, you heard of that phrase before, leadership by example. What it means is everyone can be a leader, if you learn the process. For example, if you learn the process of signing up and you teach someone, then you are a leader in teaching someone how to sign up. If you learn about the product, iTerraCare, and what it can do for you, what are the features and so on, and you can teach someone, then you're a leader because you can teach someone and that person will listen to you, right? Similarly, if you learn about the marketing plan, how we pay out and everything that goes with it, and again, if you have a new person who signs up and listens to you, that's it. You are a leader. So you can be a leader in many things. So it's not like it's difficult. Well, it's not actually. It's about how determined you are. Okay. So leadership is something that you can acquire. And yeah, like Nestor said, right? Just attending to see what you can learn. Well, to some degree, that is true, because if you keep attending, eventually you're going to learn everything and it's just going to click. All right. One day it's just going to click. So leadership is something that you can acquire. Okay. So that's the good news. Leadership is something that you can acquire. And in our business, all you need to do is just learn a few things. All right. And then you can start sharing. And then once you start sharing, you go through the motion and then you close, a sale, meaning somebody buys the product, and then you go through the whole process of registration and so on, and explaining the plan to the new person. And then when the person gets the product, he will try it, and then he may ask a lot more questions, and then you answer. If you don't know how to answer, you go upline, and your upline will teach you, or together with you will try to answer that new person, and then you learn. So you get duplicated. All right. And then when ultimately you become independent because you know enough and you're confident enough, that's when you become a leader. So that's as simple as that. I mean, leader doesn't mean you become like Obama, talking to tens of millions of people. Leadership is just you do what you do and people can follow you and you can teach and you can duplicate. That is leadership, okay, in terms of network marketing. So it's not like a big tycoon, Elon Musk. No, we're not talking about those kinds of leadership. Okay, so you acquire the skills that is needed in this industry. Okay, that's all. And we're gonna slowly along the NDO program, we're going to teach you bit by bit so that you can learn it all and then become a leader and stand on your own 2 feet. Okay. Now, next thing that you notice about successful people is they're confident, isn't it? No matter what happens, even if adversity happens right before their eyes, they still appear confident, unfazed, all right? So what gives them that confidence, right? I think it's practice, practice, and practice, because the more you practice, the better you get. It's just like, not many people play golf, but I do. If you keep hitting and practicing, you go to the driving range and you keep practicing and practicing, and when you're actually on the fairway hitting a ball, and you've done that many times before, your muscle memory and everything is just perfect. All right. So similarly, if you want to do anything, and if you've done it many, many times, then your confidence will be there. All right. And if you haven't done enough of it, then you will not be confident. Am I right? So there is no shortcut. And yeah, sometimes you you falter, but you pick yourself up again and then you do it again. And you overcome that fear, you overcome that problem, you overcome that situation that you failed earlier, and then you get better, and then your self-confidence will definitely shine no matter what happens. All right, so come rain or shine, or something happens along the way, you will still be very confident. Okay, then the next trait or characteristic of a leader, successful person, is drive. Drive is like, you do even when you don't want to, you just do, and you just keep doing. That drive, that motivation, that burning desire. Okay, when you don't even feel like you are on top in terms of your health, or you're coming down with flu, or there is probably a typhoon, or there is you still do it. Get a picture? So that drive, that motivation is second to none. Nothing can stop you, basically. Okay, you're like a bullet. You're like looking at your goal, and you're just going there, and you don't care if there are anything along the way that may derail you or hijack you, or something that happens along the way, or the ride may be bumpy. It doesn't worry you, because you are driven. Okay, so successful people, they are driven. They don't care. They don't get sidetracked. They don't get out of focus. They don't try to do too many things. They just maybe just do one thing and just do it, and do it well until they get what they want. All right, so they're driven. And another characteristic is patience. Well, we heard it all before. Patience is a virtue. Patience. Okay, so for example, I use this as an example in a positive way. So our company is slightly more than 1 year old, but yeah, there are certain aspects of it which are not perfect, which we wish it is. But the thing is this: if you wait for a perfect company, maybe 10-year-old, right? You miss out on a big opportunity, isn't it? So if you're patient, and then you know that regardless of the imperfections, but the intention of the owners, the intention of the management, the intention of everyone involved in the company and the product and everything is genuine, you go for it, and you become patient, and you go for it. So no excuses. You don't get sidetracked or disheartened. If anything negative should happen along the way, even in management, all right, whether it's in this country's branch office, or that country's branch office, or whatever, anything can be resolved. All right, anything and everything can be resolved, as long as no one is cheating anyone. All right, and of course, we all have our own standard of how things should be done, but sometimes things don't get done the way we expect it to be, but it will be eventually. All right, just give it time, and it will get better. So that's another thing, patience. And another characteristic of a successful person is integrity. So integrity means somebody can trust you. Honesty, right? Integrity means you're fair. You don't go around misrepresenting, cheating. You're just being honest, all right? And integrity is very, very important because the moment you do something bad or you try to manipulate your downline, for example, it's not going to last. You're just going to earn a bad reputation for yourself, right? So if something you are supposed to do and you're supposed to help, you help and you do it wholeheartedly, and you try to, make everyone knowledgeable within your organization, within your group, and you help them. People come from different backgrounds. Some people learn very fast, some people don't. Be patient. What you want is their commitment. So you get the commitment from them, all right? If someone is not committed, then you don't spend so much time with that person. You go look for somebody who wants it badly and who is committed, even though he or she may not be so sharp. That's okay. I mean, the thing is that the commitment is what you want. So you will practice integrity and help that person. And until that person gets duplicated by you, then yeah, that is leveraging, right? So yeah, it's part and parcel of everything is sort of intertwined, connected. Then the next thing is discipline, right? Successful people are really, really disciplined, from Tiger Woods to so many sportsmen to entrepreneurs to the owner, was it Jeff Bezos? I mean, of Amazon.com, right? You talk about discipline. They start small. And even if they have a lot of problems, they hang on, right? They just hung in there. And they are so disciplined, they're so regimented, and eventually they get there. Okay, so discipline is sometimes not easy, because the easiest way is sometimes to give up, isn't it? So discipline is, well, in our business, we know we need to share. Okay, some of us may not like selling, but hey, we're just sharing. All right, don't look at it as selling, just look at it as sharing. So if we talk to someone, the more we talk, the more we earn. The more we talk, the more we earn. So we just have to keep talking. We just have to keep blowing. We just have to keep sharing. So sometimes, just by blowing for your neighbor, blowing for someone, then something will happen. All right. So you just have to keep going. And discipline is very important. Next, clear goals. Yeah, of course. I mean, if you don't know where you're going and you hop into a car, where will you end up? Nowhere, right? Because you don't know where you're going. So you need a clear goal. You need to tell yourself, hey, I'm doing this because I want to get something out of it. What is it that you want? What is your goal? All right. If you want to help humanity, you want to help people, you want to help save lives, fine. If you want to earn money, how much do you want to earn? You want to earn enough to go for a holiday, buy a car, buy a house. What is it that you want? So you need to know, you need to have clear goals. Okay, successful people have clear goals. They know what they want and they know what they need to do to get there. Okay, so you just have to work backwards. Once you know what you want, then you work backwards. How many people you need to talk to, how many downline leaders you need to have, and this is how much you're going to earn. All right, so you just have to work backwards once you know what you want. Another important thing is communication. Yeah, communication. Some people don't like to talk. If you don't like to talk, if you don't talk, will people know about iTerra Will people know about Seven Wonders? Will people know about Iron Shield? Of course not, right? So you need to communicate. You need to talk. And the art of communication is you will learn as you go along. You can watch YouTube, and there are many gurus out there that teaches you about the art of communication, and you can learn from them. Okay. Otherwise, if you see enough people, you're going to learn yourself. All right. And in communication, is sometimes good to listen, not just talk, right? So I heard it from somewhere. we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should listen twice as much as we speak, right? So by listening, we know what people want, isn't it? So you have to be observant with your eyes, look at the body language, look at what they have to say, look at what they're telling you. What is it that they want? And then if you can solve people's problems, then you will get what you want. Okay, so that's just a basic art of communication. Art of communication doesn't mean to be a public speaker. There's so many successful people in this industry, and they're so afraid to go on stage to talk. When they go up and they get their plug, they get their recognition, and that's where they have to share something. But they are right on top. They are performers, and they just have to say a few words, and they're so scared. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is that there are many people in our industry in network marketing. They are more comfortable doing one-on-one, two-on-one, table talk, right? But public speaking is another whole new dimension, or something that a lot of people find it very difficult. But you don't have to be, okay? Because you can rely on the speakers engaged by the company. You can rely on your upline. You can rely on so many other people to do all the talking. And today, with the wonderful social media and Zoom and so on, with YouTube channel, Facebook, you can just share the video and let somebody talk and present for you, right? So yeah, communication skill is, as long as you're able to communicate one-on-one, two-on-one, you'll be fine. You will get there. Okay, so it's not about public speaking. As I said, Mr. Obama, right? Everyone knows Mr. Obama, a very articulate, charismatic speaker, and many, many more world leaders. They are very well trained. Okay, so if you aspire to be a speaker, then you can just watch how people talk, how people throw their voice, how people wave their hands, how they, yeah. So things like that is something that you can acquire. And again, in YouTube, there are many gurus who will teach you about public speaking. If that's what you want, if that's what you enjoy, that's what you have passion in, yeah, go for it. Okay, then responsibility. Yes, of course. I mean, if you want to be successful, you have to be a responsible person, isn't it? It's part and parcel of the whole package. So you have to be responsible. So if things go bad, you have to bite the bullet. If things go well, yeah, you get recognized. So you're responsible for your action. You're responsible for everything that you do, and you just have to be a responsible person. All right. Then next, self-reliance. Wow. So the first thing when I got involved in this business of Prive International, I learned everything. I want to learn the product. I want to learn about the members area. I want to learn about the marketing. I want to learn everything. You know why? Because I want to be self-reliant. I don't want to depend on upline or anybody. I want to be able to do the business on my own. Okay. And then my organization starts from me and below. So I want to duplicate, I want to teach, I want to train. And that's what I want. So I want to be self-reliant first. So I go get all the answers that I need. So some of you already know international sponsorship, how to do it. I've learned it all, right? And everything else that goes with it. So if you need help, just contact me, all right? And because I've already learned everything that I need to know. Even if I don't, I will get someone who will give me the answer. Okay. Another successful trait of a successful person is passion. They do things with passion. Well, it's linked to drive, burning desire, passion. They must have the passion in it. And you guys are involved in this business, I think, because you fell in love with iTerraCare, you fell in love with the terahertz frequency, you like the science behind it, and you know the product works. So there is passion. Okay, there is already passion. That's why you want to do it. And quite often within the organization of the company, that is the main reason. People just fell in love with the product. And then, of course, they find out how to make money, how to earn, and marketing plan. And yeah, so it's actually, we are all passionate, right? So go watch the live stream. You have so many wonderful live streams that I have already made, 20 plus. And the latest one was pretty good one, you know, and there are more good ones coming up actually. I've already lined up another 3 or 4 live streams with wonderful guests. Yeah, so go get that passion, go get that something that really drives you. Okay, so when you do it with passion, you are not going to give up. Okay, now another thing, and last among 12 that I've listed out today, resilience. You have to be resilient. Okay, when I say resilient, I mean, well, if something goes bad or something happens or there's a typhoon or something, whatever, you are still there. You know, if you have a strong wind blowing, you're probably the only tree that is not moving or uprooted, right? You are resilient, you're there. Your foundation is so strong, you're not going to be easily uprooted or swayed when something bad happens. So resilience is something, a very strong personality trait, a quality of successful people. They are not easily shaken. Okay, so they know what they want, they have their goal or goals all set up, and they know how to get there, and they learn whatever they need to do, and they just don't care. They are just so focused and so resilient in terms of what they want. So if your objective is to help people, humanity, go for it. All right, because this product is already proven. Energy is in all of us. We can blow, increase the frequency, and we get better, we get well. Okay, so it's very, very important. And yeah, let me tell you, probably next year, maybe, we're looking at the possibility of throwing a big event in Thailand. Okay, so everyone from all over the world will go to Thailand, and probably there'll be about 10,000 people. I'm sure you want to be there, right? So stay focused, stay tuned, and qualify for the trip. Bring your family there, you know, go have a lot of fun. And when you have a lot of people packed in that big convention center, and Thailand they seem to have a lot of all these big, huge convention centers where, you know, tens of thousands of people can go, and busloads of people, you know, you are there. You don't want to miss out. You want to be there, because that's just going to change you. All right. And if you qualify, it means you're already halfway there to the top. So by going there and sending your people there together with you, you are going to drive yourself all the way to the top. So yes, guys, today, yes, 12 successful traits, characteristics of, successful people, right? 12 traits and characteristics of successful people. And yeah, maybe you already have some of these traits. And if not, then learn it, apply it, use it, and I'm sure you will be successful too. We can all acquire all these skills to become successful. All right. So I hope you enjoy this, and yeah, see you at the top.